This is my anticlimactic anti-TBR. Oh, Daily Plane. Crazy. Hello, buckle in for today's video. Sorry, the wildlife is going a little bit insane outside at the moment, so I do apologise. Yeah, we literally got a little family going on over there. Fun. And also please ignore the hair. As we know, it's after washing, so it gets a little bit crazy. You're gonna have to forgive me for that. Thank you. Today is one of those days, you know, when you just feel a bit meh. I was like, you know, I've been doing so well, been posting every day. I need to just push through and do it. So I thought, what's something that's a little bit chill I could talk about that isn't too intense, but hopefully isn't too boring either. And then I thought, recently I've been seeing a few more videos about this anti-TBR tag. From what I understand, it's a tag where you say books you wouldn't read. And I thought maybe I'll just talk about my thoughts on that and maybe talk about things that would be on my anti-TBR. Because why not, eh? When I first saw this tag, I was a bit like, what? I thought maybe it might be a bit jokey. Am I wonkers again? I think I've been wonkers. Oh well, you have to deal with it. Oh, Daily Plane. So yeah, when I first saw this tag, I was a bit like, is it a joke? Is it, you know, where you take the mick? It seems like it is just a tag where you say books that you wouldn't read. My opinions on it, I'm not sure if I would dedicate a lot of time to that, personally. Seems a bit counterproductive. I kind of want to focus on the books I do want to read, because that is an ever-growing, very long list. But I also do understand it, because it makes sense. There are definitely books that I think, won't touch that, or nah, it's not really my style, or I'm not too sure on the author. It definitely does make sense. Sorry, I feel like the aircon did a little bit of a number on my throat last night, so I feel like I'm a bit, you know, sorry if that's too much information. Swiftly moving on. It's that time of the month, my head's all over the place. We're just gonna go with it. We're here, we're showing up, we're making a new video. Sometimes I'm just gonna waffle. It's just who I am. Hopefully you like that. So I thought about it and I was like, what would be on my anti-TBR? Because I'm not particularly someone that goes, well, I like to think I'm not somebody that goes, nah, I wouldn't read that. Then I had to think about it, and there were a few books that I thought, yeah, I probably will never read them in my life. But they're not necessarily books that are super popular now. Maybe they were, or they still have popularity. But for the most part, it's just a few authors that I don't really enjoy their stuff as much. I feel like I would read it if someone's like, oh my God, you have to read this, as the best book ever. But I don't think I would go towards it on my own. There was only one book that came into mind straight off the bat, and that's just because I swore I would never read it. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I don't know why, I've just always been put off by it. I'm not the biggest fan of Colleen Hoover, and the thing is I don't even know where I've got this opinion from, because I've only read Verity, and then everything else is like little snippets of books I've read here and there. I just don't know if her style of writing kind of agrees with me, or I don't know whether it's that case of, you know, when something's really popular so you feel like you're more critical of it, because maybe that is what the case is. Maybe I'm going into it too critically. I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel like that with any popular authors? So the other two authors I don't necessarily enjoy as much, I have mentioned before, are Taylor Jenkins Reid and then sometimes Emily Henry. But with them, I feel like Taylor Jenkins Reid is more to do with the author, how she writes. I'm just not sure I like her style always. Like I said, hats off to her, she can end a book phenomenally, but I'm not sure I always enjoy the process of us getting there. And then I feel like with Emily Henry, I've only read Book Lovers by her, so I feel like I can't really judge, but it wasn't amazing. I wouldn't be like, oh wow, I have to go read another one of her books. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like in the case of, for example, at the moment, I'm reading a Court of Thorn and Roses series, Sarah J Maas. I like the way she writes, so I would go back and I would probably read the Throne of Glass series, or she's got some new books I think that have come out. I would go and read the rest of her universe, because I really enjoy her writing. Maybe I'm being too harsh, maybe I need to give them another try. Let me know if you like those three authors, what your favourite books by them are, and maybe you can help convert me. So now you can see my predicament as to why I struggled to think of things to go on to my anti-TBR, because I feel like it's more a case of me just, sounds really bad, but me just not wanting to read books that are overhyped to the point of there's no coming back from it. The amount of hype Colleen Hoover's books have, it just makes them seem untouchable almost, and I feel like for me that gets my back up a little bit. bit. I feel like I would go into reading them with the wrong attitude. Let me know if you struggle with this as well. In terms of an anti-TBR list, I guess those authors' names could go onto it, but there was only one book I thought of that I was like, I really don't think I'm going to read that. I would only read it if someone asked me to review it. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm really not sure on that concept. It feels very Wattpad-y. We love Wattpad. We don't always like it when a book has that Wattpad-esqueness because I feel like there should be a bridge gap. I haven't looked too in depth on the reviews. I've seen some positive, some negative. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know what you think. But yeah, so this was my anticlimactic anti-TBR. Because realistically there isn't really a list. I find it kind of hard to put books onto a list I don't want to read, because I don't want to say never, because there could be a time where I'm open to try different books. It just depends on what I'm doing at the time. We've had another plane. Yeah, I hope you kind of followed this video along. Well, this was my anti-climactic, anti-TBR discussion today. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with some more exciting videos tomorrow, day after, etc, etc. It was just one of those days today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the waffling. I do apologize. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, until tomorrow, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Honestly, what a day. What a day.